Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Melisandre here for another shoutcast of Blizzard's Heroes of the Storm. Today's game will actually be provided by a wonderful person by the username of Sieara. Contacted me on Reddit and is also going to be sending me some footage as well. So big thanks to Sieara, and without further ado, let's get right into the game. So, our good friend Sieara will be playing Tyrande on the map Cursed Hollow. Looks like she's moving down into that south lane. Tyrande is a support hero with a heal that heals an enemy hero and also heals Tyrande for half the amount. Her W is a map-long skill shot that provides vision, and if the owl hits an enemy hero, it also provides vision of the enemy hero for up to 8 seconds. Her E is a skill shot circular stun ability with pretty good damage, and her passive, which you also saw her take the trait for level 1 there, is a passive when she auto-attacks an enemy. A small blue arrow will appear over their head, and if Tyrande or an allied hero attacks said enemy, they will actually be healed for 1.5% of the enemy's total health, that being the effect of the trait that Tyrande just chosen. Usually it'd be a flat amount, but the trait does change that passive to be a little bit more effective. Tyrande will be joined in the bottom lane by her ally Arthas, played by Shadowstorm, and looks like he's hanging back. Tyrande in the bush does see enemy Jim Raynor coming forward with ETC in the lane. Now ETC and Jim Raynor is going to be a very strong duo, ETC bringing good CC, and Jim Raynor of course having good damage, whereas Arthas also has great CC, but Tyrande does not necessarily have the damage to match up. You saw Tyrande landing her stun on Seacan just there, damage coming out onto Shadowstorm, but Seacan actually taking a good amount of damage as well. The root missing from Shadowstorm. Duran going back into the bush. Seacan's taking some pretty good harass. He might be going back right now to get that health shrine. And it looks like, yes, he has done the auto attack coming out of Sieara. You can see that passive blue arrow on top of his head. The stun coming out as well, but missing good root on Duran. Shadowstorm, however, getting a little low on mana. He's been leaving that AoE ice damage up a little bit too long. And if he's not careful, it's a good way to run out of mana real fast. Stun coming out of Sieara is going to miss, just hitting 1 minion. And she's already down to half mana as well. Level 2 hit now by both teams. Good stun by Duran, knocking back Sieara with the face melt. But it's too early in the game. Seacan does not quite have the damage just yet to pick up any kind of kills. These ranged kind of DPS assassins tend to have a little bit of trouble in the earliest game, part of the game, when their damage hasn't had a chance to scale with their level very much. In the early part of the game, bruisers and these kind of fighter characters like ETC and Arthas generally tend to be better in a 1v1 situation, just because they have a little bit larger of a health pool, and the difference in physical damage on auto attacks has yet to become terribly large. Now just kind of pushing down the mid lane. Looks like Gazlo actually coming down from the mid lane as well to help this bottom lane. Throws down his turret. That turret's going to be doing damage every second. And I believe he can throw down 3 of those turrets, or I believe they do time out, and I think he can throw down as many as he can actually handle. There's a second turret coming out as well. Seacan putting some damage. Yep, gonna go ahead and kill that turret. Sieara getting stunned by Duran. There goes the mine. When that mine explodes, it does damage and stuns enemies in the circle. Arthur's actually coming down for the red in the middle lane, followed by Falstad. Gonna be a 4v3 in this bottom lane. Sieara taking a bit of damage. Cross, however, falling low. Shadowstorm chasing him, however. Duran coming up behind. Looks like it's actually 1-on-3. Falstad is probably going to be able to pick up the kill if Arthas is not careful. ETC following behind, and Arthas does end up falling to the enemies. Nodor taking a bit of poke as well from Seacan. A little bit of lag there, sorry about that.
So be it.
Nodor a little bit low on health. Should probably go back and get that health strike heal coming in from Sieara, trying to keep him topped off. Shooting out the owl, a little bit of harass on Duran, but the owl doesn't do terribly much damage at this point in the game. It does have some interesting traits later on, actually, that owl ability. It can be traded at level 1. Oh, Zaglo. I can't quite remember his name. It's not Zaglo, but it's close to that. Does end up falling there to the ETC and Raider combo. See Tyrande in the chat just reminding some people that her passive does heal them if they attack the right target. So back about the owl. The owl ability, Tyrande's W, the traits at level 1 can be made so that it passes through targets and can hit as many heroes as it can along the way. It can also be traded to have reduced cooldown effect for every enemy it hits, working very well with that level 1 trait, and also the trait, my personal favorite, causes it to do bonus damage based on how far it has traveled. And that eagle can do, owl can do upwards of 1,000 damage if you get a good long across the map snipe. Shadowstorm moving in 1v4, not the best decision, taking a good amount of damage while his team tries to come in for the assist. Bomb coming out of Nildor, not going to hit anyone. And it looks like the red team was able to take that first tribute, but they are having to back up. Seacan a little bit far forward, trying to pick up the kill on Shadowstorm. Time Warp coming down, Shadowstorm taking the load, Zeratul coming in, wants to get the kill. Bomb hitting 3 people, good bomb coming out of Nildor there.
So be it.
Enemy Zeratul backing on out. And it looks like blue team is going to go back, red team is going to back, and the fight is going to, for now, dissipate. Tyrande's going back to base, going to get some mana back, get topped off to full health, and will probably return back to the spot lane. Oh, didn't quite keep it up on mana there, got to be careful about that. She flies on out. The second tribute now is spawning, and blue team looks to be in a good position to take it. Nildor setting up turrets, Falstad and ETC for the red team have come down to try to stop them. And it looks like, oh, Toasted coming out of invisibility. Sieara coming as well, taking her True Shot Aura actually trait, giving a 10% buff to damage and attack speed to nearby allied heroes. It's going to be a 5v3 right now around this tribute. Toasted on Zeratul does fall. Falstad soon after. ETC also very low in health. This 2v5 is not going to be in their favor. ETC falling. Seacan trying to escape. Blinking from Zeratul. This heal coming out of Seacan, however, is looking like it's going to be able to keep him alive. Oh no, the roots from Shadowstorm is going to land, but he's rooted as well from the enemy Arthas, who does die for his assistance. Eagle coming out of Sieara does hit, but does not manage to do enough damage to kill the low health Rainer. 1-on-1 for tributes, and a good number of kills picked up for the blue team in that last fight. Shadowstorm and Nildor are going to be pushing down the spot lane. Sierra coming as well. Let's see if they can get some damage on these structures before the red team can come back. Everyone looks like has come back from spawn. Death timers are very low at this point in the game. Laser coming out of Nildor there, doing damage to that turret. And you can see, actually, that Sierra's passive on Tyrande applies as well to buildings and structures, and not just to enemy minions and heroes. Interesting thing to see there. They do take down one of the turrets. They are going to be a takedown gate as well. Working on that last turret, which is almost out of ammo. Good stun coming out of Sierra there. ETC coming with the power slide. Knocking Shadowstorm back. So it's going to be back to this 2-on-3 in this bot lane. Same here as before. Tribute has spawned in the top of the map, and it looks like there is a bit of a fight going on. But we're focused down here in this bot lane. Tyrande missing her stun on Seacan, just pushing it still, hitting the Eagle, a little bit of poke. Power slide coming in, does land on Sierra. Is he going to get the face melt off? No, does try, but Sierra's already too far away. ETC actually has a really kind of fun trait that makes his face melt, that knockback ability, have bonus range both in the area that it affects as well as the knockback effect, and can do some serious amount of displacement to enemy heroes if positioned appropriately.
Choose a talent.
Now, blue team has hit level 10 first. Sierra is going to pick up the heroic ability, which does an AoE damage every second while slowing as well enemies in the area. Let's see if she's going to throw that down now. Looks like they're going forward. She does land the stun on Seacan. Good job hitting that skill shot there. Eagle coming out. It's not going to hit. She does throw down the ultimate, and that's what it looks like. Every second, those stars are going to fall from the sky, hitting enemies and doing damage and slowing them. Durant getting a little bit zoned out by that heroic ultimate there. He uses power slide to dodge the stun. Bomb's not going to hit either. It looks like he's tanking up. He's just going to be able to walk on out of there. Seacan using his ultimate. He's going to sidestep that Eagle coming out of Sierra. Eagle out. Not quite sure exactly what animal it is, but seems to be changing back and forth. Does land the stun on Seacan. Durant running interference. Seacan does have his ultimate as well. Those Jeremy Rainer's Raiders. Those two ships you see, which will fire every time he fires. And the tribute now has spawned in the bottom lane, but Toasted has come down, getting a bit of damage on Sierra, who is pretty low on mana. And it looks like red now is in a pretty good position to pick up this next one. Oh, but actually, blue team immediately coming down. Good job grouping by them, really taking advantage of this objective. He's going to be able to pick up this kill on Zeratul while he tries. Durant using his ultimate, using that 4-second stun as he plays music, forcing everyone to dance. Sierra following those, going to have to back up. Allies fallen. Looks like, oh, so close. 1v1 in that next fight. Falstad also falls. Now it's going to be 3v2 around this tribute. Sierra's pretty low, but she's going to stay and try to support just with her passive, possibly. Running interference while the Terrible tries to pick up that tribute, and he does get the tribute, but he does get rid as well by Arthas. Blinks away, though, to safety. Let's see, 2 for 2 in tributes. The next one will be the one to provide the curse to the enemy team. Sierra and Shadowstorm both picking up that health shrine. Gonna be back to pushing down this mid lane. Stun coming out. It's not gonna hit Jim Raynor. Just gonna push down these minions. Just wait for that next tribute to spawn. Jockey for position. Blue team does have a level up on the red team that could be a significant advantage if they do manage to get some good traits before the enemy team. Ultimate coming out of Jim Raynor actually, just being used right now to farm minions. That is a bit of a waste in my opinion. The duration isn't going to be terribly long. We'll have to see if he actually gets a full use out of them. Good stun coming out of Tyrande. She's actually throwing down her ultimate. The ultimate doing good damage on Jim Raynor, who has been sticking inside the area. It's the Eagle as well. Tyrande a little bit low on health and mana though, is going to have to back off. Another trait available to Tyrande, she's going to be taking Lunar Blaze, increasing the area of effect of that stun ability as well as the damage by about 50% I believe. Sieara saying to her allies she is out of mana, she's going to have to back. Doesn't have that shrine available, and without any mana she's not terribly useful. Quick look at the scoreboard there, seeing how much experience different people have provided. Tyrande giving a little bit of chastisement to the Gazlo there, asking him to please try to engage when she throws down the ultimate. So Zeratul has come in on this tribute. It's going to be 2v1 right now, 2v2 actually. Good stun coming in, and Toast is going to be able to pick up the kill on the blue Tassadar. Good ultimate coming out of VTC, locking up that other hero there, securing his death as well. It's not looking good for the blue team. 2v3 right now, but the two heroes who have come for the blue team don't have terribly good damage. Tyrande, without her ultimate down, has very limited capabilities to fight enemies. Arthas is going to fall in this 2v4. Gazlo's coming up for the assist, but it's a little bit too late. He does throw down his heroic ability, pulling enemies into that, but all it does is really manage to delay what is probably the inevitable. Gazlo does fall. Sieara using that Eagle, trying to contest that last tribute, but I don't think there's any way she's going to be able to stop this gathering. Good job by Duran, running interference, using his power slide and his face melt to keep Sieara away, and they do successfully get the curse on the blue team. What that does is that until that timer runs out, blue team minions will have 1 health, and it reduces the health of their structures by half, making it very, very easy for the red team to then push down any of the lanes they so choose. Now Zeratul actually sneaking up in on Falstad, but good root coming across is going to be able to keep him alive. However, Falstad has come back into the fight and does pick up the kill on Zeratul. Ultimate coming out of Sieara, trying to run a bit of interference to save his life, but does not manage to do much. Red team now is going to be pushing down in this top lane with 3 of their heroes. The stun does land on Toasted. The root is going to miss from Arthas. They're probably going to be able to get this forward. Yes, they definitely are going to get this forward. Oh, Sieara in a little bit of trouble now. ETC's coming from the behind. Has landed the power slide, but the other heroes for the red team are not going to be able to help to catch up in time. Good stun by Sieara is going to help her escape. She's going to have to go back though. She has taken that health strain a little bit too recently. So she's going to have to go back, get back in the top lane and try to push back those heroes. She's going to need some support though, because she does not have the capability herself to clear waves very well.
So be it.
The curse, however, has temporarily lifted on the blue team, and the fight over the tributes will once again remain. In the mid lane, however, a fight is breaking out. Sieara looks like she's going to help, as well as all the blue team grouping up very well right now for this team fight. Time warp coming down, gonna land on cross, it's gonna pick up the kill. Yes, it will. Duran as well, just taking too much CC from all those heroes, is going to fall as well. Sieara got into a fight with Toasted, however. He's gonna have much better damage. He does land the stun, however, but his ultimate is on. He does start to vault in, but uses his invisibility to jump right out of there. Looks like Tassadar actually is trying to find where he went. Maybe wanting to be able to pick up the kill on that low health Zeratul. Sieara using her heal on herself. Looks like she's going to actually take what trait is she about to choose? She has a few options here. She does have that ranger trait, which I mentioned earlier, and that is going to be what she's going to take. Using that provides extra width to that eagle and also causes it to do that bonus damage, allowing her to get vision of that Zeratul, even though he might have normally been invisible. The stun landing as well, getting some good auto attacks in, but as support, Sieara just does not have good enough damage. Blink away into invisibility is going to let Zeratul escape to safety. Coming back, however, looks like Falstad had been in the top lane for the red team, but he has flown away, it looks like. Tassadar was trying to chase him down, but it looks like Falstad was able to get away. Actually, ultimate coming in from the Falstad over behind his ally Cross. Eagle thrown out, it's going to hit Silverblade there on Falstad. Looks like only 2 of them here. ETC in the mid lane. Oh, but Zeratul looks like he's coming around the backside. Looking at that mini-map. taking damage from the Zeratul, or excuse me, the Tassadar, who looks to have his traded ability on his auto attacks that slows, really helping to catch that Zeratul and not let him escape. It's hard to escape when you have that distortion beam just glaring down on you, slowing your every single move. ETC pushing this mid lane, trying to take down that fort. Eagle's going to come out, and you can see that bonus damage it does over distance, doing over 600 damage at even just that short distance. Shadowstorm missing with his ultimate. Not going to be able to chase on that ETC, and that cooldown will be down for quite a while. However, the tribute is spawning, and the blue team still has their 2 tributes from earlier. Falstad, however, has intercepted Sieara, doing good damage. She's going to throw out an ultimate, trying to fight back. But caught between Falstad and ETC, Sieara is actually, she's going to escape. I thought she was dead for sure when ETC came in, but her allies came in, good shield coming out of Tassadar himself. Now 2v4, good ultimate from Durin, terrible way just outside that. If you walk into that circle after it started, you will still be stunned up by that ability. And they are going to pick up 2 kills. Looks like they also were able to pick up a kill on Falstad as well, so Sierra's ultimate was not used completely in vain. And now that they have picked up the curse on the red team, they are now able to push down this lane to very great effect. They're going to take down 140 and the turret. They're probably going to keep pushing. They have some good minions in that middle lane with that special buffing minion, that wizard there, giving bonus attack speed as well to nearby heroes. Toasted in this top lane, pushing with very, very low health. He might actually die to minions. Oh, and Eagle's coming out of Tyrande. And it does. The Eagle across the map, doing over 900 damage to that Zeratul, is going to actually pick up the kill. Probably didn't realize that capability was there, and blue team actually really utilizing this curse and pushed through the second tier forts as well, and they are on the enemy palace. This might be game, folks. 2 heroes are down for the red team still, and all 5 heroes for the blue team are here pushing down this palace. ETC comes in with this CC trying to get them off the base, but it is not enough. Just that single objective is so powerful in this map that with a few kills, a few pickoffs, and a very good timing on the curse from the blue team allows them to secure this win.